Diamagnetic materials. A. Are magnetized by eddy currents only. B. Are non-magnetic and cannot be magnetized. C. Are magnetized in direction opposite to the magnetic field. D. Can be magnetized in one direction only. The correct answer is are magnetized in direction opposite to the magnetic field. In connection with corrosion of metals, passivation is the process that A. intensifies deterioration, B. changes the composition of the metal, C. inhibits further deterioration, D. none of these. The correct answer is inhibits further deterioration. With increase in impurities in metals, their corrosion resistances A. increase, B. decrease, C. remain same, D. may increase or decrease depending on the type of metal. The correct answer is decrease. Most important property of steels for use in automobile bodies is the A. formability, B. yield strength, C. toughness, D. resilience. The correct answer is formability. Consideration of the creep is the most important in case of the A. blades of gas turbine, B. piston of an IC engine, C. flywheel of steam engine, D. cycle chain. The correct answer is blades of gas turbine. Non-ferrous alloys used for making cutting tools need not have high A. abrasion resistance, B. toughness, C. red hardness, D. cutting speed. The correct answer is toughness. Hollow shafts can be made as strong as solid shafts by making the twisting moments of both the shafts same. Shafts made by have residual stresses. A. forging, B. cold rolling, C. hot rolling, D. casting. The correct answer is cold rolling. Capacity power requirement for an air compressor working at high altitude compared to sea level will be A. more, B. less, C. same, D. either more or less depends on the climatic conditions. The correct answer is less. Glycerine is used as a coolant in cooling of some engines instead of water because A. its higher boiling point 290 C increases its heat carrying capacity, B. comparatively less weight of coolant is required, C. smaller radiator can be used, D. all ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. Cold working of a material results in increase in hardness, which is termed as the hardening. A. cold, B. work, C. age, D. induction. The correct answer is work. Potable water means the water used for A. fire fighting, B. cooling, C. drinking, D. evaporation to produce steam. The correct answer is drinking. 1 ton of refrigeration is not equivalent to the heat removal rate of A. 200 BTU minute, B. 50 kilocalories minute, C. 50 kg sec, D. 3.5 kW. The correct answer is 50 kg sec. Starting friction is low in case of the lubrication. A. boundary, B. hydrodynamic, C. hydrostatic, D. mixed semi-fluid. The correct answer is hydrostatic. Ultimate strength in tension as compared to that in shear for steel is A. half, B. 1/3, C. 1.5 times, D. 1/4. The correct answer is 1.5 times. Which of the following heat treatment processes is usually applied to castings? A. tempering, B. annealing, C. normalizing, D. carburizing. The correct answer is carburizing. Photographic plates are coated with A. silver nitrate, B. silver halide, C. calcium silicate, D. metallic silver. The correct answer is silver halide. Hardening of steel is not possible unless it is heated critical point. A. Above the highest. B. Above the lowest. C. Between the first second. D. Between the second third. The correct answer is above the lowest. Isotropic materials have the same in all directions. A. Induced stresses. B. Density. C. Elastic properties. D. Thermal properties. The correct answer is elastic properties. The most important requirement for aluminium industry is the availability of cheap A. Or B. Electrical power. C. Labor. D. Abundant water. The correct answer is electrical power. Spheriodising of a material is an process. A. Normalizing. B. Annealing. C. Tempering. D. Hardening. The correct answer is annealing. The trace metal present in insulin is A. Cu. B. Zn. C. Fe. D. Ni. The correct answer is Zn. Cold cracking in the heat-affected zone of a high-strength steel weld can take place because of the A. Retained austenite. B. martensite formation. C. Relatively high sulfur content in the base metal. D. Sufficient hydrogen present in the welding arc. The correct answer is martensite formation. Drossing is an operation. A. Smelting. B. Dressing. C. Roasting. D. Dressing. The correct answer is roasting. Most of the phosphorus present in the blast furnace burden enters into A. hot metal. B. flue gases. C. slag. D. refractory lining. The correct answer is hot metal. During sensible heating of humid air, A. relative humidity increases. B. dew point remains constant. C. dry bulb wet bulb temperature increases. D. both BC. The correct answer is both BC. Iron content in Indian iron ore is about %. A. 80-85. B. 60-65. C. 40-45. D. 20-25. The correct answer is 60-65. The heat treatment to which the steel wire containing 0.25 carbon is subjected to is A. full annealing. B. bright annealing. C. patenting. D. none of these. The correct answer is patenting. Of hard alloy and tool steel is done to make it easily machinable. A. case carburizing. B. tempering. C. normalizing. D. annealing. The correct answer is tempering. Which of the following mainly decides the current to be employed is arc welding? A. electrode size. B. plate thickness. C. voltage across the arc. D. welded portion length. The correct answer is electrode size. Temperature attained in soldering of metals is about C. A. 150-300. B. 400-500. C. 650-800. D. 1000-1100. The correct answer is 150-300. The normal stress is the same in all directions at a point in a fluid only when the fluid A. is at rest has zero viscosity. B. is frictionless. C. fluid layer has no motion relative to an adjacent layer of fluid. D. is incompressible frictionless. The correct answer is incompressible frictionless. A 2 kg object weighs 1.8 kgf on a spring balance. The value of G at that location in MCQ is A. 8.82. B. 9.81. C. 10.88. D. 0.95. The correct answer is 8.82. In chemical dehumidification of air, A. Both specific humidity dry bulb temperature increases. B. Both specific humidity dry bulb temperature decreases. C. Specific humidity decreases dry bulb temperature increases. D. Specific humidity increases dry bulb temperature decreases. The correct answer is specific humidity decreases dry bulb temperature increases. What is the pH of distilled water? A. 0. B. 1. C. 7. D. 14. The correct answer is 7. Pick out the correct statement. A. Hot worked materials are subjected to annealing to remove internal stresses. B. Annealing of steel hardens it slightly. C. Normalizing of a material induces stresses. D. Tempering of a material improves ductility toughness but reduces hardness brittleness. The correct answer is tempering of a material improves ductility toughness but reduces hardness brittleness. Dielectric. A. Is an electrical insulating material. B. Of low resistivity is preferred. C. Should have high thermal conductivity. D. Need not defy the corrosive action of chemicals. The correct answer is an electrical insulating material. Normalizing of an object does not A. Refine coarse grain structure obtained during hot working. B. Improve ductility. C. Improve yield strength. D. Improve mechanical properties. The correct answer is improve ductility. Plasma is A. A high temperature neutral gas. B. Nothing but ionized gas. C. A source of steady and highest controllable pressure. D. Formed at very low temperature. The correct answer is nothing but ionized gas. The mechanism involved in the removal of metal in drilling operation is by A. Compression. B. Extrusion. C. Shearing. D. Both BC. The correct answer is both BC. Thermal conductivity of a material does not depend upon its A. Mass. B. Volume. C. Surface area. D. All ABC. The correct answer is all ABC. Carbon supply in pack carburizing process is in the form of A. Charcoal. B. Calcium carbide. C. Hydrocarbon oil. D. Graphite. The correct answer is charcoal. Water hammer is caused in steam carrying pipelines because of A. Partial condensation of steam. B. Vibration of the pipeline. C. High degree of superheat of steam. D. Its exposure to torrential rain. The correct answer is partial condensation of steam. Powder metallurgy is used to produce A. High precision components with complex cavities and sharp features. B. Components of large size. C. Porosity-free components. D. Components of such alloys whose constituents do not form alloys readily. The correct answer is porosity-free components. Catalyst used in the catalytic converter employed in automobiles to convert coal into coal and for complete oxidation of unburned hydrocarbons is A. Nickel. B. Cobalt. C. Vanadium. D. Platinum. The correct answer is platinum. For a thermodynamic system undergoing a process, which of the following pairs best expresses the relationship similar to that expressed by the pressure-volume plot? A. Temperature entropy. B. Temperature pressure. C. Enthalpy entropy. D. Enthalpy pressure. The correct answer is temperature entropy. The main constituent of bones is A. CaF2. B. Ca3PO42. C. CaCO3. D. CaCl2. The correct answer is Ca3PO42. Globular form of cementite is formed during the process A. Spheriodising. B. Hardening. C. Annealing. D. Normalizing. The correct answer is Hardening. Faraday's law of electrolysis is related to the A. Cation speed, B. Atomic number of the cation, C. Equivalent mass of the electrolyte, D. None of these. The correct answer is equivalent mass of the electrolyte. The two elements required to form substitutional solid solution should not have A. Same crystalline structure, B. Same valency, C. Widely differing electronegativity, D. Same atomic sizes. The correct answer is widely differing electronegativity. Rankine cycle comprises of two isothermal and two processes. A. Isobaric, B. polytropic, C. isentropic, D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these.